Hello everyone, this is Danny back with Deep South Homestead. I want to take a moment this morning to show y'all some of our different chicken tractors that we use here on the place. This one here started out as a lightweight chicken tractor that we could just use real easy, but as time went on, I kept adding features to it and adding features to it. Now that it's gotten a little bit bigger than what I really originally wanted, but it works perfect for what we use here. And what y'all wanted to notice is we have the chicken tractor set up so that we can, with a lid on it that we can lift up and down, we can put the chickens in, we can catch them out like that, feed whatever we put it in there that way. I cut a hole in the top, I put a 5-gallon bucket, it's got the nipple waterers at the bottom of it, if she can get a shot in there. It's got the nipplers hanging down underneath it so that it's self-watering for the chickens. We fill it up, water it, we don't have to be out here every moment doing this. And let me just throw something in. When you have these 5-gallon buckets like this and you have a problem with algae or something like that growing in them, if you'll put a small piece of copper pipe in them, that prevents the algae from growing in there and it keeps the water really clean all the time. And on this chicken tractor, I also added a feature here. I bolted on some metal plates and I put a clip with a rope on it here. This makes it easier to move it. We put this wheel system on here. These wheels come off of some buggies from a Home Depot store that they were getting rid of. Now, one of the things that we've noticed here is the original design, the handle part here, needed to be a little bit longer for leverage purposes, because we take this thing when we get ready to move it and we pick it up and it flips over and it locks on top of that bolt like that. What we do is we raise both wheels up like that and it picks the back of this thing up off the ground. One of the problems we ran into is this thing gets on the chicken's feet when you go to moving it. So we put a piece of rubber at the back of it here, and that seems to prevent the chickens from wanting to get too close to the back of it and their feet getting caught up under it. So we're going to come around to the front here and hopefully I'll be able to move this thing by myself. My wife and I usually move it together. It's time. The chickens have cleaned the ground up. What we're going to do is we're just going to move this thing down the hill here in the yard a little bit. It's not really that hard to move. And what it does is it keeps the chickens with plenty of fresh green stuff to peck on here. Most of all, keeps us from having to mow the yard right now. Plus it fertilizes our yard. And once you get it where you're going, you can take these handles and you just flip this thing over and the pen just sits right back down on the ground. Now when you come around back here, we have a door in it. We have all these chicken coops in it here, and what we've done, we've learned that when chickens lay eggs, if that lumber's there, they're bad about scratching all the grass or straw or leaves or whatever you put in there. They're bad about scratching that out. So what we've done was took an old rubber bed liner and we've cut that and put in here. And when they've scratched all the grass out like they've done now, it seems that when the eggs hit this rubber liner, they're not as apt to break and be cracked on the end as they are if it's just plain lumber. And two, you can see that up inside this here we have the roosting poles for them so that at night they have a place to roost. And if they're like most chickens, they're going to roost in these boxes along with it also. And you constantly have to be out here every day cleaning them out. So I hope that this chicken tractor here might have given y'all some ideas about how to build one. We're going to take you in just a minute and show you some of the other chicken tractors and show you a little bit about more of what we use them for on the farm here. Okay, here we are back. I want to show you one of our other chicken tractors. This is a small one. This is the one that we use around our grapevines, our fruit trees and stuff like that because it's easy to handle. We only put 4 to 5 chickens in it at a time. And you'll notice I have a hook in the top of it here. If I need to move it from one location to the other, I bring my tractor around with my boom pole and I just hook it up and I pick it up in the air and just take the tractor and take it wherever I need to go. It has a nest box in the back if we happen to have a hen here that needs to have a place to lay. It has a door here on the side in the center for ease and accessibility of changing the water and the feed. You notice it has two handles on the end here, because what we do is we take it all the way around our grapevine, or we move it all the way around our fruit trees, so that the chicken fertilizer will actually fertilize our trees, and the chickens will clean up the insects under our trees and keep the weeds down. These things, it's pretty easy to move. You just pick it up, move it. You can drag it, whatever you need to do to get it wherever it needs to go. This is our second type of chicken tractor we use, and in just a minute we're going to show you the third type that we use. Okay, we're back here as you saw with the clip with us moving the tractor around with the tractor. This hook here, this clevis, is what we hook our chain into. We use this to pick this chicken tractor up with, because this chicken tractor is actually 16 feet long and it's extremely heavy. But it'll actually house a pretty good bit of chickens in there. We use it to put up against our fruit trees because we can move it from place to place. It's just like the other one we move around our grapevine. This one we move around our fruit trees. This one we have next to our moonglow pear here. It's one of the pears that we raise on the place. As you can see, the chicken tractor is designed where I can put mamas and biddies is what I usually raise in this. Give them an opportunity to get out and forage in the wild and teach them how to do it on their own. I have a little building that I built onto it here for them to get in out of the cold and out of the weather. A place for them to lay in, a place to roost in. If you come around back here, you'll notice on the back of it, there's two doors on it. The top door here is where they go to lay their eggs up in there. The bottom door here is where we put their feed, their water, and it's a place for them to roost up in there at night. We also have a small hoe that I have made here out of an old refurbished hoe. This thing has a short handle. It allows us to reach up in these buildings and clean the chicken manure out and old bad straw and hay and stuff like that. Makes it a lot easier to clean our chicken tractors out. Okay, I hope this has been informational to y'all. This particular design, the other two designs, just goes to show you that we don't all have to have the same kind of chicken tractor designs, that different designs are multifunctional. If you there's also, I might want to mention, there's also a door on the side of it here that can be opened and shut to get in and out of it. If you like what you've seen, we'd ask that you like it, subscribe to us, and share this with other people so that we can get the word out that there's different ways to do different things on the homestead. From Deep South Homestead, thank you.